When was the last time you put your head down and trudged through something? Hi, I'm Kirsten D. Samuel, Aftershock Recovery Method Coach. Today we'll discuss two forces that attempt to hijack our success and the choices we have to conquer the obstacles. The snow pelted my body with stinging ice needles. Head down, eyes slitted, the cold penetrated my 3 layers of clothing. With the next gust of wind, I struggled to catch my breath and balance. Trudging through thigh-high drifts, I finally stopped. Exhausted, heart pounding, the remaining quarter mile felt impossible. I had to catch my breath. Thankfully, Dave saw my struggle and waning strength. Grasping my hand firmly, he broke through the remaining drifts with short steps so I could follow. Following his footsteps, I thanked God for his 6'2" frame. Long legs cleared the drifts my short legs couldn't. But more than the physical help, I recognize the tender care Dave continually offers me. He husbands me by seeing my need and working to find relief, like trailblazing through huge snowdrifts. We realize that marriage requires us to pull together on the same side of the rope, or in this case, a snowdrift. When we fight together against the obstacles, we're stronger, and we balance each other's strengths. Once inside, I rested by the warm fire, thankful for the strength to maintain our walking goal despite the winter storm. Has your life ever felt like every step required more strength than you have? When this happens, we need to look at where the challenge originates. Here's the first place: external factors. Well, I didn't cause the snowstorm. I couldn't control it either. But the storm posed an obstacle which forced me to make a decision. Would I walk in the storm to meet my goal or use the storm as an excuse to skip a day? If I didn't walk, then I wouldn't meet my goal. Dave and I discussed our options. I could walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes. I'd be warm, but mentally it would wear me out more than the snowstorm. I could walk around the interior of my house. Again, warm, but oh so boring. Or I could bundle up, get outside in the fresh air my body craves, and walk as far as possible. The struggle with outside factors often involves your concept about control. When something comes at you, your choice is to react, ignore, or affect. Your control is limited to what you can do in the situation. You can't change the external factor. If you react, it's an auto response to the external stimuli. Often reactions happen before we know what we're doing. Your brain is on autopilot and you aren't 100% engaged. Well, you could choose to ignore the external factor. In my case, I didn't have to walk in the blinding snowstorm. I had alternatives. Or I could ignore the goal. It's not like someone was grading me on completion of my walking goal after 28 inches of snow had fallen. But affect means you cause something to happen, and I like that. It carries the thought of inspiration or positive action. When I affect something or someone, I control what I can in the circumstance. While I couldn't change the outside weather conditions, I could dress warmly, pull on a pair of boots, determine how much time I could tolerate the cold, and then walk accordingly. That quarter-mile walk felt like 4 miles with all the contributing resistance factors, but it was a great cardio. The second thing is internal forces. With internal forces, I found my struggles were with my mind, self-limiting beliefs, or perfectionism. The first struggle I had in the situation was dealing with my mind. I didn't have to walk, and a year ago I wouldn't have. One look at the weather conditions and I'd give myself a pass for this day. It's crazy to walk in blowing, drifting, and driving snow, right? But on this day, I chose not to take the easy out because my goal stared me down. Being 310 days into a year-long goal kept my mind focused on that 1-year mark. If I took the easy pause today, I'd have to start my goal all over. In no way was I doing that. The second internal battle I faced dealt with self-limiting beliefs. Could I physically tackle and overcome the weather forces? In the past, I'd have accepted those self-limiting thoughts as unbreakable, impassable, and impossible, and made the necessary excuses to not face the challenge. However, this time, I recognized those whispering voices and challenged them to a duel. The length of the walk wasn't as important as facing down the limitations and winning the battle. It feels great to win. Well, the third aspect meant tossing my perfectionism into the nearest snowbank, hoping it would sink to the bottom. My goal through the last year meant walking an average of 2 miles per day. As one who struggles with depression, the 2-mile mark seems to be a magic number for me. I get enough work to the long leg muscles to release good endorphins, which lift my mood. So why not do it on a treadmill? Because I discovered those 2 miles on that hamster wheel are agony, which defeats the purpose of walking. When I'm outside, my mood lifts with the fresh air, the sounds of nature, the wind in my face, and spending time with my husband. The treadmill only deals with the physical mileage. All the relational and emotional aspects disappear. On this walk, though, 2 miles wouldn't be possible nor wise. With the 40+ mile per hour driving winds, heavy snowfall, and large drifts, I had to content myself with a completion goal. Translation: just do it, and it counts. How I wished I'd had my dad's old cross-country skis. There are times in life when all you can do to reach your goal is put your head down and trudge into the wind. You aren't to blame for the situation, but you do need to deal with it. And you can control your attitude and actions related to the situation. You'll probably feel worn out, like you've been in a battle. And it may not look like you thought it would. That's okay. You got to the other side. So smile. Be proud of your decision to face the obstacle head on. Celebrate your win, because you deserve it. When external forces threaten to derail your goals, take stock of your reaction, temptation to ignore it, or the effect you choose. And when internal forces try to keep you from forward progress, no matter how small, recognize and attend to your mind, self-limiting beliefs, and any perfectionism. Journal about it. Be honest with yourself or talk with a coach about how to find victory in the face of obstacles. You can't control the forces, but you can control your responses. If you need help, please hop on over to KirstenDSamuel.com and click the blue button and let's talk.